Hey everyone, this is going to be awesome. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday. Oh my God, May 31st, last day of the month. I'm sure there's some awesomeness around that. Sorry, I just had a salad and trying to jam food in me. I am Michelle Cooper, and I am an accountant. I am a money rock star. I help people get their finances in order for personal and business, or a combination of both. And I also help people bust through money blockages. Money limits is something that, we've all got that upper limit in regards to money. So I wanted to, Flora was very gracious. Several weeks ago, I guess, or maybe months ago, she invited me to come in here with you all. Hey, how come I can't see who's here? Where are the people? I can't see who's on here. So maybe I'll go there online so that I can see your comments. I'm worried that you're commenting and I can't see you. Oh my God. Let me see. Can somebody type something so I can, if I'm missing comments, I'll know. And, oh, there we go. Shauna, yay. Okay, so I'm still seeing comments. I'm just not seeing who's online. So, let's start again, hey? I'm Michelle Cooper. I help people with their money. It's really that simple, right? So, hi Katja, hi Andrea. I met Flora last year at Shine Live, very briefly, and we connected online. And then this past weekend, we got to spend some time together with a whole bunch of amazing other women as well. And hi, Katja. And so this is really timely. I feel like it's like divine timing that the date for my date with Awaken the Goddess coincides right after spending a weekend with so many of you goddesses, of you members of Flora's group, of you clients of Flora, and of spending time with Flora in person as well. So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and let you know a little bit about me. I have worked around the world in business development, from Indonesia to Europe to Africa, and have spent a lot of time learning tricks of the trade in business. And I live in Chilliwack, BC, which is in the Fraser Valley, and I also will be living very shortly in Todos Santos in the Baja. So I'm going to be spending time in both places. I am a mom, I am a wife, I juggle all of those plates. I make those plates spin like spinning plates on sticks all over the place. I have 3 children, and I'm a business owner, so I get your struggles, right? I have always worked in money. I have had my own struggles with money, and through my struggles and my learning and investment in myself, I have been able to figure out what was holding me back. So the title for today was It's a Shame You're Broke. And really, that is a little pun on words, because I have found shame to be the number one thing that holds women back from money. Shame is like, I liken it to like that creepy person who stalks you online, or that creepy person in a bar who is he's like always there, like hanging around, wants to buy you a drink, wants to hang out with you, wants to dance, I don't know, like, go away, right? It attaches to you, right? It physically attaches to you, and it's very hard to shake. Like, you got to do a lot of work to shake the shame, but it's doable. I promise you, because I've been there. And it's like an onion. You strip away layers of shame. So some of the things that cause shame with money can be experiences when we were children around money. So it could be something your parents passed on to you around money. Rich people are evil. It could be a transaction that was not a good situation for your family. It could be bankruptcy. It could be a generational theme that runs through your family. My personal one was you have to work hard for money. I come from hardworking fisherman stock, and you have to work hard, physically hard. You have to suffer. You have to it's got to be a sacrifice to earn money. And also, money comes in peaks and valleys, because when you're a fisherman, it's seasonal, right? So you might have it now, but you won't have it later. So watch what you do, right? So kind of that hoarding mentality, which when we live in lack and fear, that's what we take on, right? There's not enough money to go around. I've got a bunch now, I better keep it. I have to physically suffer to obtain money. How that transferred for me was my job was easy for me. Numbers came easy, finances came easy for me, and so I wasn't physically suffering, so I worked myself to death because I needed to suffer for this money. I got paid very well for the work I did, and I needed to suffer somehow. I had to sacrifice. And so I carried that through in my life. And that is something that we all do. Our parents didn't do this on purpose to us, right? They didn't say, I'm going to attach this shame around money to you through my own thing, but it just transfers through, right? So we need to really work at uncovering that shame story. And sometimes what we think is the story, it goes deeper, right? We think it's one thing, and then we sit with that for a little while, and we find out it's actually something else, right? And then we sit with that for a little while, and then we realize, maybe it's a little bit deeper than that. It's actually something else. So this is a process. As you work through it, you will bring more and more abundance into your life, to the point that you're like, wow, I never even dreamed this was possible, right? It is possible. That's what I want to tell you. It's all possible when we remove ourselves from fear and lack and scarcity. We can truly live an abundant life. And that is something that I had heard a gazillion times and had never applied to my own life until 2 years ago, probably. And I've been doing this work for 2 years now on myself and with my clients, and I am amazed. I really am. I am blown away sometimes by the lightness and ease that life flows with now. Because, yeah, you know what? Anybody who tells you that money doesn't buy happiness is lying. I'm not saying that money physically will buy your happiness, but it can contribute to your life being more at ease, right? If you are not struggling to buy good food, then life is easier, right? So if you have no money, or very few, little money, but eating healthy is a priority for you, and it should be, right? So you want to eat organic food. Well, if you don't have any money, then it's a struggle to buy organic food. And so sometimes you might have to balance out whether, organic apples are more important than, I don't know, a pizza or something like that, right? Like there's these trade-offs that we make, and that's where I mean that money can buy you happiness, and that it can make the way you want to live your life be more at ease. So I'm not about the material things. I really am not. But if you feel more at ease and more in flow, then you are happier. It's that simple. And if you can do that by earning more money because you are more comfortable or you're able to buy the things you need, then yeah, it buys happiness, right? Like, let's not fool ourselves here. I made a point on the weekend at Women Rising. If you don't have money, you can't change the world. And that's probably the biggest shift for me, in that I want good people to have money, because good people with money will change the world. And that's important to me, because I don't particularly enjoy some of the things going on in our world right now. And so if there were some good people who had money, right, they could make a difference. So I don't want to keep you guys on here too long without answering your questions. And your questions are what's important here, right? And so that's a little bit about my message, and that's a little bit about me. I am all about uncovering the shame in regards to your money story and working through that, releasing it, so forgiving ourselves of that shame, going through the forgiveness exercises, forgiveness meditations, and then rewriting your money alignment statement. So where do you sit in alignment with your money? And then supporting that money alignment statement. So supporting your abundant life. And what does that look like for you, right? So is it crystals? Is it essential oils? Is it Reiki? Is it to you? What is going to make the difference to you, right? So yeah. Andrea says, I've never thought about shame. Yeah, that's a really great thing, right? Just that realization. So it's like a little click, right? Oh, shame. Huh. Now I'm going to think about that, right? So I can talk about this all day long, and I encourage you to sit with it, right? And I am offering a free kind of, I haven't even named it yet, Women Rising Money Transformation Group coaching experience. I don't know. For the Women Rising people, and anybody in Flora's group, you're more than welcome to join that. So I will share the details with you. It's a little freebie thing I'll do to help people start their journey towards abundance. So I wanted to cover the questions, and let's see what we got here. Flora says, I struggle with undercharging and offering discounts. I sense I have a deep-seated block around receiving money in exchange for spiritual and healing work. Okay, this is a big one, especially in probably this group of people within this dynamic, and it's one I see a lot. It's not just about spiritual work, but a lot of people struggle in charging for their work, right? If you deliver something physical, like you create a website, it's easier to charge at least something, right? But when you are working in the spiritual realm or an alternative realm where perhaps people might not be so mainstream, or it's not as like scientifically proven or whatever, you can start to feel the shame could be around feeling like a fraud, right? Like, who am I to accept money for this gift I have, or this thing that isn't tangible that people can't attach to, right? it really comes down to the I'm not worthy statement, right? Undercharging and offering discounts is I'm not worthy of a certain dollar value. And I have struggled with this. I'm not worthy of getting paid this because this is really easy to me, right? And so really getting clear and working on the energy of owning your worth, right? And we do that through self-expression, through self-love, through self-development, right? So that's the shame story right there. And you might need to sit with that for a little bit. Undercharging is a common one, and discounting is a common one. And I have a little tip here for you guys about discounting. I recently had a friend who's opening a float spa place, and some of our other friends had posted something on social media like, oh, I can't wait, will I get a discount? Because we're friends, right? Because we all played on the same roller derby team. And my friend, she's very generous and is of the same thing of struggles with charging value, right? She was like, oh, I'm sure we can work something out. And I stepped in as her accountant and I said, no. As her friend, you should want to give her your money. Hey, Tracy. As her friend, you should want to give her your money. You shouldn't be asking for a discount, right? So just think of it in that way. I want to support my friends and family. I want to give them my money. They do this amazing thing. I want to give you my money, right? When we talk about discounting, it's like lowering the energetic value of the service or product that we're receiving or that we're providing, right? And we don't want to lower that vibration. We want it to remain high in the true vibration of that spiritual service. So it takes some work to get through this because, again, it's I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. And as moms, we tell ourselves these things all the time. As women, it's like burned into your skull here. You're not worthy, you are not worthy, you're not worthy. So we need to flip that around. I'm covering why. Huge, right? Huge. So we're going to work on that in that little group. So Flora, you need to get your ass in there. Andrea, how to manifest when I have literally given up everything to get where I am today, feeling stuck, right? Transformation. So Flora says it's a transformation, letting go to let the new life in. But yes, a good question. So you've given up everything. Andrea, my friend, you are on a journey. And there may never feel like an arrival point, right? There is no arrival necessarily. So you're on a journey and you're doing the work. And you need to call in all the abundance that is just sitting there waiting for you. So I can't stress to you enough, when you are trying to manifest something, I want you to concentrate, I want you to think about manifesting the feeling that the money is going to give you. Not manifesting the physical money. We don't want to be rolling around on a bed of money. That's not what we're doing. We are manifesting the feeling that we're trying to call in, right? I'm going to just roll this up a little bit here. Where here? Okay, yeah. So manifesting, how is that money going to make you feel? That's what we're calling in. And it's like literally envisioning. So if you close your eyes and you think about the path, like you're standing at the beginning of a path, or you could be the middle, who knows, but there's this path in front of you. And you're walking down it, and up there, like up there somewhere, is the feeling, is the money. You just haven't gotten there yet. It's there. You just haven't gotten there yet. So, right, the feeling. I'll meditate on that some. Yeah, meditate on the feeling. When we manifest, the best piece of advice I can give to you is to, you're calling in the feeling. You're not calling in the dollars and cents, right? It's the feeling the money's going to give you. Awesome. And don't think about it as giving up everything. Think about it, like I want you to switch those words around. You're not giving up. You are making room. You are clearing space, right? That's what you're doing. It's not giving up. You are clearing room. You are making space for more to come in. Okay? Yay, you love that. This, in one of my little masterminds on the weekend, somebody used the term giving back, and I have a real, like, that's a trigger for me. No, don't say that. I want you guys to challenge yourself to never say giving back again. We all want to give to charity. We all want to be of service. But using the words giving back implies that you took it to begin with. So you took the money and now you're giving it back. No, you didn't. You didn't take the money from whatever charity you're giving to. If you decide I'm going to give $10,000 to the RS or the SPCA, you didn't take $10,000 from them. So you're not giving it back, right? So these tiny little shifts, tiny shifts in our language, where we're sending these little tiny messages out into the universe. We need to catch ourselves, right? Yay! Good. Not giving up, making room. Absolutely. Making room for awesome, right? Fuck yeah. Okay, so, yeah, let's see. Okay. Shannon. Okay. Shannon. Well, you know, one, figuring out my taxes for the last 2 years. Absolutely. Okay. If you've got something hanging over you, it's like a rock waiting to fall on you, like that the cartoon with the roadrunner and the coyote and the rock's gonna fall down. Like, that's what it's like. Okay, so if you have unfiled tax returns, you have like a box of papers or anything to do with money, you need to declutter, make room. What is it? Marie Kondo's magical tidying up, whatever it is. You need to do that in regards to your money. Okay, so declutter, clear space, right? Get those taxes filed. So I'm already talking to Shannon about that. Done. Hire somebody, get it done. Done, all good, right? 2, debt. I always seem to live paycheck to paycheck, but can save $100 a week when motivated by travel goals. I have yet to charge any clients I've treated any fees for my services, which are Reiki. So my first year in business, I made no money to offset the investment. Okay, so you're blocking yourself right there. So you started talking about debt, and debt is one thing, right? We need to come up with a plan, very tangible thing, task-oriented. This is the plan, and we're going to stick to it, because when we're debt-free, we are free, right? So that is very figure-outable. Absolutely. It's like filing taxes. Bam, done. Figured out. And then I kind of look at the part where you talk about I've yet to charge. Oh, that's number 3. I've yet to charge my clients. So that's in alignment with Flora's statement about not charging enough or discounting, that kind of thing, right? Which comes down to I am not worthy, right? We all have the same story going on in the tape recorder in our head, right? So, yeah, I had asked Shannon, how does the affirmation, I am worthy, make you feel? And she says, thanks. Yes, feels like I want to shrink into myself when I say I am worthy. So that's something we need to work on, right? I am worthy. So I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Bam. Drop the mic. Okay? When we get to the point where we can say that and own it and believe it, our life will change. That's simple. Okay? I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Sums it up. That's life for you. Okay? So, absolutely. That is the key. Tracy. I love Tracy. She's awesome. She gives the best hugs, too. I have a hard time keeping my money. I have the mindset if I make money, it's only going to be taken from me. Now, just learning a snippet of you, Tracy, this weekend, I can totally see where that comes from. And, yeah, it's a big one. We're going to work on it, Tracy. We're going to get to the bottom of it. It's like a big boulder we're going to deal with. Oh, Shannon, you're here. Yay. Yeah. So it's also a common one. If I make money, it will be taken away. So if I make money, I'll pay tax. If I make money, the government will come after me. If I make money, I'll get robbed. Like, some of these are really irrational, right? If I make money, my friends won't like me. If I make money, I'm going to lose my social circle. If I make money, my parents will be ashamed because I'm making more than them. Those are all, something's going to be taken from me. Something, friends, money, social circle, family, will be taken from me because I've made money. So, again, I am worthy. I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. My family always took my money. There you go, right? Always. My family always took my money. Well, they suck, okay, is the first thing I'd say. And that's not fair. And, like, let's deal with that shit, because that will follow you around for the rest of your life, right? So we don't have any control over other people, but we do have control over who we surround ourselves with. So we want to surround ourselves with people of the same vibration as ourselves. Tracy says, thank you. They would steal it, so I hide it. Right? Hiding money. That's a thing. Like a very real thing. Especially from past generations. Straight talk from Michelle. They suck. They do. Fuck. I just want to punch him in the throat. Don't take Tracy's money. Like, what the fuck, dude? So, yeah. Oh, I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a thing we need to get over, right? God. But we don't want to hide it, right? We don't want to hide our money. We don't want to hide. That money doesn't want to be hidden. Money wants to see the light of day. Money wants attention. It wants, like, sparkle. Like, it wants that from you. It wants you to go, look at what I've got and what you could have too. Because there's all this money in the world that we can both share in, right? It's not like, I've got this and so you don't have that. So, Tracy, your family have sat in scarcity and lack, right? Because they're hoarding it. They have to steal it. They're hoarding it. They make you hide it. So they're trying to, like, keep you in their little gang of scarcity, right? And when you step outside of that circle and you're very conscious and intentional in who you surround yourself with, it makes a difference, right? I felt super great when I was money in Marie Kondo's mastermind. Yes, money does feel great. Money feels amazing, right? So just be very conscious of the people you surround yourself with and what they say and do, what actions they are in. Because you can pick out people in scarcity very easily once you work through some of your own shit, right? And I'm now at the point where I will tell people to stop talking if they are using lack language, right? Yesterday I did it. My friend and business colleague who was sitting beside me at lunch at a business meeting said, oh my God, I can't afford to do that. And I was like, nope, you didn't say that. What the fuck, dude? You didn't say that. Don't say that. No, right? And he was like, oh, I said it. Oh my God, I take it back. Right? I'm going to swallow my words. So yeah, there's that. There's the people you surround yourself with, the language that those people use, and the actions they take. Very important, right? So like if you're on a diet, you're trying to lose weight, and then you're hanging out with like people who live at McDonald's or something, right? Like you're not going to lose any weight because everybody's having a chocolate milkshake every 2 seconds, right? Totally. Yes. Cancel, clear, delete. Done. Totally, Andrea. Don't be paranoid. I don't want you to be paranoid, but just be conscious of the words. And when you recognize a word, take it out of your vocabulary. Remove it. I don't say that anymore. And you can say that out loud. I don't say that anymore. Done. We're done. Drop the mic. Okay, so let's see. Connie. I have different challenges, kind of a mixture of what has already been said. The first, I just realized, having gone twice through changing currency from East German mark to West German mark and then to euro, I have this belief that there is no use to save money because it will be taken away or devalued by others. Oh, yes, I don't say that anymore. Family discount is a big word in my family. So, Tracy, I'm going to challenge you to say, next time you want a person in your, because we can't ever get rid of our family, right? Next time somebody says that, be like, does that mean you give me more? I don't understand that language. See what happens. Family discount is like the douchebag tax where you got to pay an extra 20%. Just saying. Okay, so okay, Connie, shifting currencies and a belief that there is no use to save money because it will be taken away or devalued by others, right? Okay, so this comes into an area that sometimes I don't often talk about, is the environment of money, right? So, for example, when your country is changing currencies, right? And all of a sudden your currency is like, now it's worth half, right? Like marks to euros, or sometimes a lot of us here live in Canada, and we get very caught up in what is the exchange rate if we're going to this, like, because we live so close to the States, right? What's the exchange rate? What's it doing? And we get all crazy about that, right? And then it creates an energetic environment around money that we have absolutely no control over, okay? Because none of us have any control over the exchange rate, okay? Can't do anything about it. Not our problem, right? So we also can't do anything about the economy, right? And I saw this recently with clients where they were like, oh my God, in the US, they elected Donald Trump and he's going to like trash the NAFTA agreement. And like, we're going to have to pay all this tax and lose all these jobs. Life is going to end. We're going to have no money. Right? And I was like, okay, seriously? We have no control over what Donald Trump does. He's not even our government person. Right? So like, stop talking about it. Right? Doesn't matter. And we just have to operate in our circle of control and limit our exposure to negative money environment, right? So perhaps don't follow it so closely, right? It's good to know what's going on in the world, but I can't tell you what the exchange rate is for anything, and I'm an accountant, because it doesn't matter. It just is. It just is. The exchange rate is what the exchange rate is. The economy is what the economy is. I don't have a lot of control or influence over those things, right? So that's the world I live in and I operate in. It's like taxes. We live in a society where taxes are one of the things that we need to do. Is it great? I don't know. It depends how you're looking at it. Maybe it's great because you get things like roads and hospitals, but maybe it's not great because you got to contribute to that. I don't know. It depends on what your political view is, right? But we live in this environment and we have to learn how to operate in it. And that's all we need to do. We don't need to get stressy. So staying in ease and flow, in rest and repose about the economy or what your country leader is doing. Totally. And then she says, the second is asking for money for my services. Bam! There it is again. I'm not worthy. Okay? And what do we do, everybody? What do? We say, I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Anytime we feel that way. If you're like, oh, I got to send an invoice. I don't want to send an invoice to a client. I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. I am worthy, if it takes you 10 minutes saying that, and then send the invoice. Right? I have a client who hates to tell people that she actually sells things. Right? It's like, what do you do? People are like, what do you do? I don't get what you do. She tries to like mask it in all this language and stuff because she doesn't want anybody to know what she does, because she doesn't want to ask for money. Because somewhere along the way, she's learned that she's not, this service or this thing or her is not worthy. Right? Yes, I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Absolutely. So yeah, Connie, that is great. And the third is feeling optimistic and having an abundance attitude while we are majorly in debt. Debt can be figured out. Debt is a mathematical equation. Easy to do. Okay, if you need help with it, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. But again, remember, when we're talking about debt, we are making room for abundance to come in, right? So if we've got like $10,000 worth of debt, it's like a $10,000 block. You can't take in another 10 grand till you get rid of that debt, right? So that's what we're going to do. Clear the way, making room. Awesome. Shauna says, yay, Andrea. I struggle with money all around, honestly. Like, I know it's energy and there's enough room for everyone because it's abundance and I'm just as deserving as anyone else. But I have a hard time accepting it when it's given or earned. I feel like I have to work super hard and it doesn't come easy, etc. I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Okay? Struggling with money, you never want to live in struggle, right? So we want to trust that there's more money coming. always trust the more you're just making room for more money to keep coming. More money, more money, more money is coming your way, right? So you have to trust. It's like that universal trust, right? And again, feeling the feeling. Feel all the feels, right? So what is the feeling that the money is going to generate for you? And sit in that feeling. Where do you feel it in your body? Right? If you had all this money, how does it make you feel? Where do you feel that feeling in your body? Right? That's what you're manifesting. Okay? So that's the difference. And seeing that happen can make a huge difference, right? So you have a hard time accepting money when it's given. Like a gift. So a friend of mine said to me, if you don't accept my gift, you're insulting me, because you're really saying that maybe I can't afford this, or like it's silly for me to give this to you. It's like you're putting judgment on me. And I was like, oh, yeah. It made me think about receiving gifts in a different way. So now, and receiving gifts is his own animal. It's his own thing altogether, right? But it's still part of abundance, right? So I have gifted some things this past weekend, and some people have been like, that's great, but I don't deserve that. Pardon? I just gave it to you. Do you think my judgment is off? Right? Do you think that I am crazy? Right? I'm gifting you this, my time and this thing, and yeah, like you are telling me that I am lacking judgment somewhere in gifting this to you. Andrea says, I just went through this, accepting money from my mom. She was hurt when I said no. I did take it eventually. It was hard. She wanted to give it to you, right? So just remembering that, right? People aren't gifting stuff because they have to, or because someone's forcing them or whatever, right? Like, you're insulting them by saying that the gift is not a gift, it's a burden. Hashtag, the gift is not a gift, it's a burden. Oh my God, that was awesome. Don't be a burden to the giftee or the gifter. Yeah, right? Don't be a burden to the gifter. Awesome. Yeah. And the last one was, I have to work super hard for money. It doesn't come easy. That's a story you're telling yourself, right? We need to give up those stories, and our resistance to giving up the story is because we're giving up our identity, right? So when we are telling ourselves a story, it's hard to make money, I have to suffer, it doesn't come easy, that becomes part of our identity, that's our story, we tell it to everybody, we tell it to ourselves, and then if we're faced with having to give that up, oh no, who the fuck am I now, right? Like seriously, who am I now? If I'm not that person who thinks that, who am I now? What are people going to say about me? How are people going to judge me? Will my friends make fun of me? Will my family think I'm a loony bin? Like, all of a sudden there's all these things, right? So that's where that comes from, right? It's very real. Baya says, I need to make myself a bookkeeping software and make a proper business plan for the business I am launching. Okay, this is perfectionism at its finest. So we sometimes will self-sabotage by saying, I need to do this, I should do this, I gotta do this before I can do all this stuff, or before I can do this thing. No, you don't. You don't need any of that. You can just launch your business. You don't need bookkeeping software. It's good if you have it, but you don't need it. You don't need a business plan. It's great if you have it, but many a business were formed off the fly, right? Bookkeeping software, super easy solve. Wave, FreshBooks. Bam. Done. Wave, FreshBooks. There's your bookkeeping software. That's done. Wave is free. So FreshBooks costs a little bit of money. Wave is free. That's your fix to that. And make a proper business plan. Why? Why do you need a business plan? Are you going to the bank for financing? That's about the only time you need a real business plan. It's great for you to have one if you've got the time to do it. But if that is the thing you're waiting for to launch your business, that is a mistake. Don't do that. I can't be clear enough on that. Don't do it. Don't wait to have this perfect business plan, because what you're actually doing is you're saying that you need these things in place. It all has to be perfect. It has to be this perfect image, right? It's like me saying, oh, well, you know, I've got to have like the perfect hairstyle. I'm wearing the perfect clothes and like have all my makeup done. Dude, I don't brush my hair today. I threw on an AC/DC t-shirt and I may have a bit of makeup on. I'm still showing up, right? Because I made a commitment to show up for myself and for people who want to hear my message. That's the important thing. It doesn't matter about my bookkeeping software. It doesn't matter about my business plan. It doesn't matter about my website. None of that matters. I'm show the fuck up. Okay? That's what matters. That's what creates a good launch. Show up. All that other stuff can be taken care of. If you need help with bookkeeping software, whatever, just PM me. That's the easy fix. Oh my God. LOL, I was admiring your style. My lack of style. Oh my God. Lack of style. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so that's the end of the questions on that event. Does anybody else have any questions? I don't know how long I have been on here. What time? Oh, almost an hour? Holy moly, that's amazing. This is fantastic. You guys are such a great group here, so engaged and so awesome. You're amazing. I think you guys are fantastic. I just spilled water everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I have really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. No questions, just good info to think about. Thank you so much. Oh, you're more than welcome. I am more than happy to help you guys talk money. You have a specific question or a specific need around taxes or finances or debt or structure or anything like that, I can more than happy to give you advice or help out or whatever. If you have specific things that keep coming up around manifesting or blocking, I am absolutely happy to chat about that, talk that through. That's always fun. And I will invite you all in this group into that free thing that I'm doing for Women Rising that I totally have not named yet because I just figured it out like a little while ago and was like, hey, I should do this. I should do this thing and help these people. When Chantel Adams was asking about freebies, like a couple of weeks before the event, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally could do that. I'll do this. And then did not market it, or like put it in a pretty box with a bow on it, with graphics and a fancy name and a whatever, right? Maybe I'll just call it, it's a shame you're broke. Right? Maybe we'll just call it that, because this group was a lot of fun. So I want to thank you. I loved the questions everybody asked. I love your comments. It's all so awesome. And yeah, moved to Canada. Oh, awesome. Andrea, where are you from? Jen, I thought, for some reason, I thought you were from Kelowna. I don't know. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? Oh. LOL, why not? Right? Okay, so I will, I am to the point of getting my financial life together. I was trying to figure out what to do to get it better. I've been paying off debts. I have 1 collections left on my report that will be paid. Oh, Jen, you live in Colorado. Oh, Jen, I'm going to go to Colorado in November. I'm going to go to the Reach Academy, so maybe we can hook up. Not hook up, not weirdly like that, like hang out. I don't know. Oh, that was weird. Okay, student loan. What can I do? Just continue to pay your debt down. Who is this? Kadia? Continue to pay your debt down. Get rid of it. Right? Freedom. Debt equals freedom. Pay it down. Keep working on it and get rid of it. Kadia? Awesome name. I love it. Get rid of it. Pay as much as you can. If you've got 1 left, you're almost there, my friend. And consider it clearing space for more money to come in. Kadisha. Even better of a name. Oh my God. Yeah, like, can always look at debt as this like kind of rock that's in your way, right? And you just want to chip away at it to get rid of it, right? And you're just clearing space. You're like, if the road is going like this and then there's a big rock here, right? We're going to like clear the rock out. We make space because the money needs to flow down the river, right? That's what debt is. It's like the thing that creates the rapids. That's awesome. Okay, will it be better when I start paying student loans? I have 1 debt left. Yes, absolutely. Keep a good mindset. Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, this has been a pleasure. I will let you go. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. If you've got questions, you can post them in the group. You can PM me, whatever you want, and I will be sure to give the information to Flora to share about the group, and it's free, and we're going to be diving in to your shame around money. Awesome. You guys are great. I will talk to you later. Bye.